What's going on, guys? Top Shelf TTMs here with a TTM mail day for April 3rd, 2012. Terrible Tuesday, but 2 packages in, so can't complain about that. And before I begin with the mail day, baseball season starts tomorrow. Everybody knows I'm a huge baseball fan. That's all I do. That's all I TTM. So anyway, going to give my predictions for the 2012 season. I'd be interested to hear yours, and I'll try to run through them pretty quick. Don't want to take too much time on it, since everybody's going to be arguing with me anyway. Alright, let's break this down, guys. Ready? American League East. I am going with the Tampa Bay Rays. I know all the Red Sox fans and Yankee fans are going to think I'm nuts, but outside of the Phillies, I think the Rays got the best rotation in baseball. You got Shields, and you got David Price is your number 2 starter. Are you kidding me? Jeremy Hellickson, American League Rookie of the Year, is your number 3 starter. You got Matt Moore, Jeff Neiman. And then you got guys going Wade Davis and Jake McGeer in the bullpen. You got 2 starters in the bullpen. If Longoria is healthy, Carlos Pena back at first, that's just a good team. I think they'll win the division. In the Central, there's no competition. The Detroit Tigers are going to run away with that division. I wouldn't be surprised if they won it by 20 games. And Verlander and Porcello locking up that rotation. Cabrera and Fielder in that lineup. Nobody's going to compete. In the West, I'm going with the Texas Rangers again. They've seriously got 7 starters on that team, and they're all decent. So, and they definitely have the best lineup in baseball, top to bottom, 1 through 9. So, even with all the improvements that the Angels did, I'm still going with the Rangers. All right, for the wild card, I am going to... Now, you could have 2 wildcard teams this year, so you could feasibly have both wildcard teams come from the AL East, which I think a lot of people are thinking it's going to be, one team's going to win the division and the other 2 are just going to walk in with the wild card. I don't think that's going to happen. I think the Angels are going to take the wild card, one of the wild card spots. They definitely have a good rotation with C.J. Wilson and Jared Weaver there, the number 1 and 2 starters, and then the Yankees as well have a very good lineup, like always. And then they have, their pitching is very good. It's not as good as some of these other teams, but they definitely have a very decent rotation. So I picked the Angels and the Yankees as the wild card teams. Obviously, that leaves the Red Sox out. I just don't see them as deep in the pitching rotation. Their lineup's very good, but pitching's what wins games, and I just don't see their rotation as deep as these other teams. For the NL, again, the East is going with the Phillies. Best rotation, starting in all of baseball. Nobody's going to compete with them. Their lineup is deep, too. So I actually predicting that the Phillies win the World Series this year. I think this is the year they get it done with that lineup. They got it done with a lesser lineup than they have now. They went to a World Series and lost, and went to a World Series and won back-to-back years with a lesser lineup and lesser rotation than they have now. Last year, they just faced the Cardinals team that got hot at the end and won all those games to get in, and then just continued it through the postseason. So that was their downfall when the Phillies kind of cooled off because they had won the division so much earlier on. But this year, I don't envision that happen. I think the Phillies are going to win the World Series. In the Central, I'm going with the Reds. That's a hard division, but I think they've got the best rotation. They've got a decent rotation 1 through 5. They don't have any true outstanding number 1 starter, but with Matt Latos, Bronson Arroyo, Johnny Cueto, they've definitely got like a number 2 or 3 bona fide starter starting every one of their games 1 through 5. So that's big, and their lineup is very strong. With Brandon Phillips, Joey Votto, Jay Bruce, Chris Heisey on the top there. They're gonna do well. In the West, I'm going back with the San Francisco Giants, 2 years removed from winning the World Series. Posey's back and healthy. Lincecum, Kane, Baumgartner, that's a crazy rotation as well. Barry Zito's a wild card. He could do amazing things as well. It is possible. You never know what you're going to get from him. So with the West, I'm going with the Giants. For the wild card, Miami Marlins, excellent depth. Beside Halladay and Lee, maybe the best 1-2 punch in baseball with Josh Johnson if he's healthy and Mark Burley. Their lineup with Reyes and Ramirez and Stanton, who may be the best power hitter in baseball. And he hits for average too. He's still young, but that guy's going to be a phenom. So we'll see what happens there. Then the other wild card team I'm going with is the Diamondbacks. They did win the division last year. they're a very young team. They're going to be around for a while. Ian Kennedy is a very dominant pitcher. He's going to be very good. I think the Giants have more depth, but I do think the Diamondbacks will take a wild card spot. Notable mention, the Cardinals and Brewers. I don't think the Central has anybody that's going to compete for the wild card, but I do think that the Cardinals, Brewers, or Reds, any of those teams could win the division. I think the Reds are the strongest, and I'm a little biased because I am a Reds fan, but I do think that is the weakest division, and any of those three teams could feasibly win the division. And then the Braves as well. You never know where they're, but they're going to have a lot more competition now. The Phillies are still there. The Marlins got a lot better. The Mets are more healthy, so I don't see the Braves doing as well as they did last year. So those are my predictions, and for my World Series prediction, I'm going with World Series, I guess 4 years removed. I am picking the Philadelphia Phillies beating the Tampa Bay Rays once again. All right, so that's it for baseball predictions, and now on to the TTMs. Two baseball TTMs again. First one, Tampa, Florida. 1 of 2 in 21 days. Darren Dalton signed the 92 studio card in black Sharpie very nicely. I wrote to him again because the last time it came out a little messed up, so I was happy to get this one, which came out much nicer. And then also from North Texas, Dallas, Texas, 2 of 2 in 14 days, signed in blue Sharpie. Bobby Witt, it's kind of hard to see on there. It looks like it didn't come out well, but it did. The 91 upper deck signed very nicely in the bottom. And then also this 91 Fleer card. And every time I see these cards, I like them more. They just really, really are great for signing. So, anyway, 3 autos there. I believe that brings me up to 163 for the year. Not bad again, considering it's only baseball for me. I hope you did all right on Terrible Tuesday. And let me know what your predictions are. You can just post them on the comments below or Facebook. If you want to make a video, you can. But anyway, let me know what your thoughts are for the baseball season. Talk to you later. See ya.